With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, here with some late breaking news, so to speak, but it's big news nonetheless. So Marvel Studios on Twitter decided to have a little bit of fun with people today by tweeting out, on a scale of 1 to infinity, how excited are you to see Infinity War on May 4th? To which case, Robert Downey Jr. responded, any chance I could see it earlier? Marvel coming back with, anything for you, Mr. Stark, how's April 27th? Robert Downey Jr. says, great, with friends? And they respond, you mean these friends? Chris Evans, Chadwick Boseman, Denai Guerrera, Mark Ruffalo, Don Cheadle, Anthony Mackie. And he says the entire world. They come back with, that's a fantastic idea. Done. Avengers Infinity War will be everywhere in theaters on April 27th, in which case he responds back with, you guys wanted it, you got it, see you on April 27th. And right now, fans are losing their minds over this. Oh my God, we get to see it a week early. Oh my God. It's super cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited. I'm very happy for this. I can't wait to watch this movie. It's going to be a culmination of something I've spent 10 years being heavily invested in. So yeah, as far as nerd stuff goes, I'm pretty good right now. I'm pretty happy. But there's a reason why this is happening, and it's one that obviously Marvel won't talk about, but I'm pretty sure a lot of other people can easily pick up on. So why would they move the movie forward 1 week? What would be the benefit for that? Traditionally, summer movie season kicks off on the first weekend of May. That's how it's been for a long time. It's been that opening weekend that kicks off the May, June, July season. And now they're starting the last week of April. Well, there's a couple reasons for this. Number one is the Deadpool and Solo situation. Now, Solo originally slated, it is slated for May 25th, coming out that day. And that's one that a lot of people are hyped for. And they think that due to the fact that The Last Jedi was #1 at the box office a couple weeks in a row, that Solo was going to be #1 at the box office a couple weeks in a row. And Deadpool 2 was originally slated to drop the weekend after Solo, so they decided to get ahead of that by moving it to May 18th. Now, my interpretation of that was a little bit different than other people's, simply because I don't think Deadpool is going to be impacted by Solo. I just don't. People are legitimately hyped for Deadpool, and I mean like hyped, whereas Solo has a lot of people excited, but I don't think there's a level of hype there that there is for Deadpool. So I think people will hold off and go see it. I think that people would go see Solo, obviously, but people would then not go see Solo again and go over and go see Deadpool, and now it's the reverse of that. So I think Deadpool, what they're trying to do mostly is get in on the first 3 days to have that #1, and then still come in #2 for Memorial Day weekend, but then also get in on that 4-day action, because that's the busiest movie going weekend of the year. Now, the reason why the situation with Avengers is interesting is because they're moving it a week forward as to not compete with Deadpool. And you might be thinking to yourself, in what universe, in what world would Avengers compete with Deadpool? Well, it's not necessarily that they would compete, even though in the next year and a half or so, they're probably going to be the same company. It's that when you have a movie like Avengers, when you have a movie like Deadpool and Solo, essentially, they kind of suck the air out of everything else around them, usually the week before and the week after, if not 2 weeks after. And that's basically what Disney's trying to avoid with Avengers here, because they know that Deadpool is going to be a bona fide success. They know if the reviews for Deadpool 2 are as good as the first Deadpool, you're looking at $1 billion movie worldwide. That's my estimation, considering that Deadpool 1 did 800 million worldwide, or I think 860 or something around those lines when it came out 2 years ago. And that's definitely something that Marvel realizes or Disney, I should say, realizes is going to be a contender. They know it's going to impact Solo. And there are those rumors that they have written off Solo, so they may not care as much, but they don't want the second week numbers for Avengers Infinity War to be impacted by the incoming Deadpool. And again, if you're thinking there's no way that would happen, it might. People go out and they see Avengers on May 4th. They love it. That opening weekend, they flock to the theaters. Then the next weekend, they go, do I want to go see Avengers again, or do I want to save my money and wait and go see Deadpool next week? Right? And a lot of people out there are probably going to go and be like, well, yeah, I'll go and I'll see Deadpool. I think it'll be fine. Right? And I'll just catch Infinity War later on again, or something along those lines. And that is a legitimate thing that happens. So by moving it forward 1 week, you get 2 weeks, or you get a full couple weeks completely unimpeded by anything else that's going to have any bit of a box office draw like Deadpool to Infinity War. And so what happens is they get the April 27th weekend, they get May 4th weekend, which traditionally kicks off summer. Then they also get the weekend after that. So if anyone, the second week of Avengers was thinking, do I want to go see it again? Then they go, well, I got 2 weeks until Deadpool, so that's a whole other pay cycle. So okay, I'll get paid again in that time period, so I can have money to then go see Deadpool. It's an odd way of looking at it, but I do feel that this is basically their reasoning for it. Additionally, it boils down to this. As we've seen with Black Panther pulling in $500 million in the first couple days, you don't need to have a movie release in summer that's a Marvel superhero movie in order for it to do well. Right? Captain America, The Winter Soldier released the third week of April 2014. That was kind of unprecedented at the time. It did great. We know that in April, large movies like the Fast and Furious franchise, both 7 and 8, and 5, and May, no, 6 wasn't. 6 was released in May. But 5, 7, and 8 were all April releases and all went on to gross over $1 billion. We know It came out in September, did $300 million domestic. You don't need to be coming out in summer anymore for movies to do well. And especially when it comes to March releases. Just look at March of 2017. You had Logan, you had Beauty and the Beast. Those movies did absolutely insane numbers throughout the course of that month. Not only that, but Power Rangers and Ghost in the Shell. Power Rangers did okay, Ghost in the Shell not so much, but you've seen there are big movies that come out almost every single month now. And so April still is relatively kind of not a dead zone, but unless it's like an every other year cycle, there's really not a lot that goes into it that can't be challenged. And that's a lot of what's happening here is since there's no Fast and Furious this year, and there's going to be no Fast and Furious in 2019 in April, then we know that there's probably going to be another Marvel movie that comes out. I would argue they would release Marvel or Avengers 4 in April of next year as well. So these are just my thoughts as to why this is a thing. And this all comes off of my 14 years of working for movie theaters, working the summer movie season, hating the summer movie season, but always looking at box office and seeing how things played out and seeing how things were in 2017 and how just a lot of movies failed to connect. The movies that did well, like Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man Homecoming and Wonder Woman, they ended up doing very well. And as a result of that, they sucked a lot of money out of the rest of the summer season. It is my theory that there is a finite amount of money that goes into it, and only a few select movies are going to really bring home the bacon. Well, Avengers Infinity War, Deadpool, and Solo are 3 of those films, all releasing, or well, we're releasing within the same month. That's not a lot of time for recovery from the audience to get more money to come back and see it again. And so this is why we are where we are. At least this is just simply my opinion, but I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you have another theory yourself? I would like to hear it. Also, if you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back often for more movie news and commentary from me. I'm also going to be giving away a copy of Justice League on Blu-ray on March 10th, so be sure to stay tuned to the channel community tab for that, which means you need to subscribe and also comment below in order to get in on that action. And if you just want to watch more content from me, and I hope you do because I'm awesome, you can do so right now.